First thing I'm interested in is covering my eyebrows. Why? Because I don't think they need to be there. It also turns out that landscapers' absolute favorite time to mow lawns is when I'm filming videos. Like, either I need to learn their schedule or I am absolutely convinced they just sit at the corner and they hear me filming and they're like, it's time to mow the lawn. Anyways, if you happen to hear a lawnmower in the background, that's why, because someone's making their lawn just look beautiful. To cover up our eyebrows, which I'm sure you've seen 180,000,005 times on the internet, is, I forgot the beginning of my sentence because I got so caught up on the number. I'm gonna be covering my eyebrows using a washable glue stick that I'm just whipping around. I'm also gonna give my face just a very quick scrub down because I want it to be as clean as possible. If you have any bit, any smidgen, if you have a particle of foundation on your eyebrows, it's gonna go right into the glue and you're gonna cry. So when my face gets bright red in about 2 seconds, that's why. Drop my glue stick. Little rusty at filming videos. I usually scrape the glue out of this, but I'm actually just gonna use it straight from the tube. I'm the only one that uses this glue stick and I only use it for my eyebrows. I'm not gluing together art projects. Look at all that eyebrow. I guess I do have eyebrows, they're just like, they just do this. Using concealer, I'm then going to cover them up as usual, powder them a little bit. I'm then going to also go ahead and just cake on my foundation. And I'm actually also going to mix my foundation with my concealer because my concealer is the lightest shade that I have. And a little bit of a disclaimer, my skin looks, I have to mix my foundation a little bit more. My skin looks like very, very, very smooth right now. I still have to do my forehead. And it's very evenly colored. And I know that if I were a teenager watching this video, I would look at this video and I would be like, wow, I'm gonna do that foundation for every single day. I would not suggest doing your foundation this heavy for normal beauty makeup. It's good for photos, it's great for video, and it's great for characters, but you're going to visibly look like you have tons and tons and tons of foundation on your face in real life. It does give it a very filtered appearance, but it just, in real life, you know, are there exceptions to that rule? I mean, yeah, you know, I used to wear full coverage foundation and stuff when I was a teenager. I had really bad acne and everything, but if you paint your foundation on, I promise you, it looks beautiful in photos, it looks beautiful in video, but in person, it just looks caked to the mountaintops. Which is also why they make full coverage foundation, sheer foundation, buildable coverage, etc. So you don't have to have half the bottle on your face. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, internet? PSA. Actually, you know what? If you want me to make a video on different types of foundations, let me know in the comments below. I'm really drawing inspiration from Corpse Bride. Like, Corpse Bride is my main focus other than obviously Ariel, but Corpse Bride is my main focus of like style that I would like to achieve. And first I thought to myself, do I want to make it cartoony and draw my eyes on, or do I want to make it more realistic but large cartoony eyes? And I think I actually want to do more realistic for Ariel. I can always do the other style in a future video. So because ultimately I just want to make my eyes larger, usually I would just put the white underneath my eyes, but I'm actually going to put it on my eyelids as well, and then make above my eyelids my eyelashes. Like this. I'm going to prime my eyes and then use brown eyeshadow just to outline where the overall eyeball is going to go. I'm actually also gonna blend this brown down just to start to sink my eyes in a little bit. You might not be able to tell later on once I have like the other colors on and etc., but just for now. I'm actually gonna also start to contour my nose to make it significantly thinner just because it's typically a style that we see. I'm then going to use white body paint to fill in my new eyeballs. I do think that I'm probably gonna give her a little bit of purpley eyeshadow, but I actually wanna get the eyeballs on first and basically get everything else on first to try to see how that color is gonna look. Just because I would imagine that she would have purple eyeshadow, for some reason, I feel that way. but maybe she wouldn't. I went ahead and also touched up that brown using the same brown that I used before. Also keep in mind that I'm gonna be putting not whiteout contacts in, but like the white contacts in, that way my pupils are very tiny. But if you're not putting contacts in and you wanna draw your pupil on, you know, close your eyeball and draw your pupil on. Now I know that I'm going to outline my eyes using black eyeshadow, and I'm a smidge bit nervous about adding the purple eyeshadow, so I'm actually going to outline my eyeball first. And we know we want to stick with like darker spooky type colors like black. Not that black implies spooky, but like that just seems to fit the style I feel the most. That's already just starting to push our eyeballs back into our skull. I'm thinking as of right now, I'm not going to add the purple eyeshadow because I think it is really going to throw it off. I'm then going to use black body paint to just go ahead and outline around my eyeballs before we put on the eyelashes and before we put on our eyebrows. I'm also adding that light sketchy effect around the eyeball just to give it more of a drawn feel. Plus you don't have to worry so much about like your brush snagging along, you know, the wrinkles underneath your eyes. I got wrinkly under eyeballs. I don't know if you got wrinkly under eyeballs. Now the reason I was kind of avoiding putting my eyebrows on until a little bit later in the video is because I'm going to look sad from here on out. I'm going to then fill in my eyebrows using red body paint, probably mixed with a little bit of black, and just give it a nice little angular kinda Sebastian. I'm also having commitment issues right now, so I'm just going to outline it using an eyebrow marker. I'm then going to go ahead and add my eyelashes, which originally I was going to use fake eyelashes to just stick them on, but I'm gonna paint them on. Why not? I'm also thickening up the line right around the eyes just to give the eyelashes more oomph at the bottom. Although Ariel has, I think, pink lips, I'm pretty sure, we're actually gonna give her more of red lips with a black outline and give it the little tail on the end, much like the Corpse Bride. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna sink in my cheeks a little bit more using the same brown eyeshadow that we used earlier to contour our nose as well as around our eyes. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of contouring right around my chin as well, my jawline kinda situation, although I do think I'm gonna paint this black later. Okay, lip time. I'm also gonna add a little bit of a lighter red in the center and just do some general highlight and shading. Now here's the point where we're really going to Burton contour, because we're going to be painting the sides of my neck black so I have a thinner neck, and also thinning out my shoulder blades. But before I do that, I'm going to go in with the same brown eyeshadow I've been using this entire time and just outline where I'm going to be drawing those spaces. That way I can do a little bit of shading before I add the black body paint. And since I have the color out, I'm just gonna take a little bit of a darker brown, which is what I put in here, and I'm just gonna go right in my collarbone, right in here, maybe a little bit of ribs. I love shading. I'm then going to paint around everything black. I feel like it would just be a very simple black and purple kind of swirly just mix of just bleh. I swear I'm almost done. I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlights onto my skin and then I am done. I'm gonna put contacts in, I'm gonna put my wig on. I promise I am coming to an Ariel Burton close. I just get really obsessed, not only with body paint, but just like any kind of art in general. Like I could just be going to the store and then I'm like, oh, there's a Michaels. And then I'll be like, Lexus, why you wanna go to Michaels? And I'm like, I don't know, just to see what life is like in Michaels. I'm done. Made You Look interpretation of Ariel Tim Burton style I present to you. Except I have to go put my eyeballs in. A little bit of sugar for the diabetic because I took a little too long shading. If you guys enjoyed this look, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and in addition, let me know in the comments below if you guys would like me to do additional characters and make this a series. And if so, let me know what characters you guys would like me to do in this style. Been a little bit since I've been in like full body paint. I'm like digging it. You guys are gonna be like, Lex, how long did you stay in your Ariel makeup? I'm gonna be like 10 hours. Currently sitting painted, dreaming up of more characters to do. I have been painting paintings, I have been learning lighting, I have been doing so many things. If you guys follow the community tab, I don't know if you can like follow it, but if you guys check out the community tab in the YouTube section, follow the community. I need to drink this. I learned a lot. I enjoyed my little bit of a break. I came out with new merch. I'll talk about it more in the next video. I'll put it in the description. We sold out really, really fast, and we're also gonna be doing pre-orders for some future stuff, as well as more non-toxic merch. I'm currently eating my wig. Sincerely, thank you guys so very, very, very much for watching.